Hey there, campers. Mark here with Coffee and Card Games, taking a look at some more Star Wars Unlimited cards. We're continuing our review. If you have missed, go check out our channel and take a look. We already have talked through command cards that were of the common variety. Today, we're going to be taking a look at all of the command cards from uncommon and having a little bit of commentary on each of them. Once again, always remember, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you know whenever we put out new content. We do Star Wars Unlimited. We have a podcast that covers and reviews different digital card games. We also do a lot of Lorcana content here at Camp Legend. We're so glad to have you here for this video. I hope you're having a really, really great day. Let's dive into it and take a look at some of the uncommon command cards in Spark of Rebellion, the first set for Star Wars Unlimited. Okay, let's take a look at each one of these individually. First off, there are no bases or leaders in the uncommon slot. There's only cards. Bases and leaders are common and rare. There's none in between, at least not yet, not in the original set. So we have the Good Admiral here. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, but he is our villainy and command card for the uncommon slot. Looks pretty ticked off. 2 mana, 1/4. So pretty low in terms of stat stick. And he says each friendly non-leader unit that costs 6 or more gains ambush, which means after you play it, you can ready it and attack an enemy unit. So each friendly non-leader unit that costs 6 or more. That 6 is a ticking point, really, for command, because they really want to ramp up to 6 or more, and some of their stuff gets better. So once you get something that costs 6 or more, man, you're going to be able to use it the first turn that you get it down. If this guy sticks on the board, pretty good, honestly, pretty good, because, man, your stuff that costs 6 or more, you really want it to have an impact the turn that it hits the board. So yeah, Admiral here, like this card a good bit if you're trying to really control the board. Pretty good if you have a lot of stuff that costs 6 or more and you're ramping up. The next one, we have a good general. The good general here, Tog, I'm not really sure. A second villainy and command card for the uncommon slot. 2 mana, 2/2, so slightly better statted early game, just like the Admiral from before. And it says this: when played, give an experience token to up to 3 trooper units. This is really interesting. By the way, we forgot to take a look at the hyperspace variants of some of these cards. Man, if you can get some troopers out and just flood the board with, say, stormtroopers, flood the board with those shore troopers that we looked at in the common slot, get some of those trooper units out, maybe some of those mercenary trooper units out, then you drop the general and just, man, swarm the board by giving +1/+1 to 3 of those units. Pretty good. You do have to have a pretty full board, and all those units are going to be. So this is a very much of a ground strategy, but he, I think, is excellent. I think he's a staple in sort of like a swarm deck. Let's go back here real quickly. Let's take a look at the Admiral. I just want to take a look at his hyperspace variant really quick so you can see it. Hyperspace variant does look better. He looks stretched in this artwork. I think that's intentional, but he looks a little stretched. Next, Blizzard Assault AT-AT. Let me tell you, the borderless version of this card is absolutely gorgeous. An 8 mana villainy and command card. 9/9 though, 8 mana, 9/9, pretty good. It says when this unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may deal the excess damage from this attack to an enemy ground unit. So, not really sort of like the Overwhelm or Trample Rampage ability that we see that deals damage to the enemy's base, but instead, man, you're just going to pound a unit. Anything excess, you're going to take out another unit. Man, if you're ramping up, this has got to be a really good card in your deck. Really hard to get rid of. Now, how good an 8 mana 9/9 that doesn't do anything the turn that it comes down is, that's hard to say, but man, just think about this. You get this Admiral down, right? You get the Admiral down, and now your 8 mana 9/9 comes onto the board, immediately gets to attacking a unit, and probably is destroying another enemy unit. You put those things together, that's really not bad. That's really not bad. It's quite good, quite good. Let's take a look at the Overwhelming Barrage card. Overwhelming Barrage. 5 mana, another villainy and command card. It says this: give a friendly unit +2/+2 for this phase, then it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of other units. Dang, for 5, this card is really great. +2/+2, and you just take, you put this on even a moderately statted unit, and it just goes and just blows up a whole bunch of stuff. Love this tactic. I think this tactic's great. The full art on it looks beautiful. Yeah, pretty strong. 5 is expensive. 5's expensive, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You can eliminate a lot of stuff, and you can divide this as you choose. It's like a fireball from Magic the Gathering, only connected to a creature. I think it's pretty good. And you're getting that +2/+2 for this round, so you can continue to trade into something as well. I like this. I like the Overwhelming Barrage card. I think it's super strong. Mon Mothma. Full art's nice. Full art's nice. And this is a 2-mana Heroism. First Heroism command card. 2-mana 1/3. When played, search the top 5 cards of your deck. For a rebel card, reveal it and draw it. So for 2, you can play this on turn 1. You get a 1/3 stat block in your ground lane to start, pinging away at stuff. And man, you get to go dig and find a rebel card. Yeah, I could see Mon Mothma being a very good card for a strategy that wants to dig and ramp. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to play it with one of the Imperial ramp cards, but it's not bad. It's not bad. If you're playing Rebels, pretty good. You could see you playing this with Hera for sure. You play this with Hera, search the top 5 cards, grab one of your Spectrum or Spectre cards. Man, yeah, not bad at all. Looking for a Rebel. I think this is a staple in Hera specifically. Very good. Bright Hope, the variant, of course, all the space variants, man, a lot of them look great. This one's not as good as some others, but it's pretty good. 4-mana space card, 2/6, so big stat block, has Sentinel, so you do have to attack into this, so you want that big butt on it, so that's not bad. When played, you may return a friendly non-leader ground unit to its owners, and if you do, draw a card. So you put this out, you can bounce something that's been damaged. This is going to get Sentinel. It's going to be from your ground lanes, so it's giving you a little bit of interaction. So if you want to get another playability off, that's kind of interesting. I could see this being a really good card in a specific combo deck that wants to play something, bounce it, play it. That could be good. It's going to give you a little bit of defense. A lot of the space units don't have a lot of life, so actually that 2 damage is pretty relevant against especially aggressive style decks. You're going to have to get attacked into multiple times by like TIE fighters and stuff. He's going to eliminate every single one of them. And at 4, 2/6 is not bad. It's not bad. And if you bounce something that you want to bounce, you also get to draw a card. Obviously, this isn't great if you don't have things in your ground lane that you want to bounce. It's like, man, I don't know that I want to do this. This might just be a 4-mana 2/6 with Sentinel. But if you have something that you want to bounce to play it again, very good, right? And if you have something that you want to bounce to be able to draw that card, still good. If you have something damaged, you want to get that damage off of it, bounce it back to your hand. Pretty good. I think Bright Hope's a cool ship. A really cool ship. And it probably enables some stuff. Maybe not even in this set, but soon. The next one is the Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. Get a sand speeder here, or a snow speeder, and man, does that snow speeder look good in full art. 6 mana though, pretty expensive. 6 resources, 4/6 Rebel Vehicle Speeder. This is going to be in the ground. So it's actually a ship that's going to be in your ground slot, so that's interesting. It is a 4/6 with Ambush, so it's going to be able to come down and attack into somebody. It says, when played, return a unit that costs 2 or less from your discard pile to your hand. Man, let you go back and dig up an old unit. Little graveyard mechanic here. I'm a sucker for graveyard mechanics. That being said, at 6 resources, shoosh, man, this is pretty expensive. Even as a 4/6, it's pretty expensive. Pretty good, though. I mean, it's a pretty big stat block, honestly, for a ground unit, too. So, Rogue Squadron, I don't know. It's hard to say. You're ramping up and you're wanting to play 6 costs already. But, man, yeah, okay. It's a heroism, too. Yeah, okay. Maybe this is good. It might be a staple. I don't know that it is, but it might be a staple. Rebel Assault says attack with a rebel unit. Gets +1/+0 for this attack. Then attack with another rebel unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack. That's only 1. But man, if you're already playing Leia, Leia just does this. Leia just kind of does this, right? Yeah, although maybe with Hera this is really good, right? Because you're going to get all of your Spectres out. Who are rebels, and you can play this cheap and get, for 1 resource, you can take 2 actions basically at once and get 2 attack. And if you have initiative at the very beginning of the game, around playing this could be super good if you have, like maybe a couple of the Spectre units out that you've gotten out. I could see this being played in Hera for sure. We haven't seen Hera yet, but we'll get to her in the rares. I could see this being played in Hera. Rebel Assault. The next is Attack Pattern Delta. Now, this is our first one. First off, Hyperspace, beautiful. Second off, it's the first one with the double icon for command. So you're going to want to play this in a mono-ish deck, right? Where you're going to be playing a green base and a green hero. Otherwise, you're going to be paying 5 for this. But you might be okay with paying 5 for it. For 3, it's incredible. It says give a friendly unit +3/+3 for this phase. give another friendly unit +2/+2 for this phase, give a third friendly unit +1/+1 for this phase. Dang. You got 3 guys out there. Attack pattern delta could be dangerous. You know, get a couple of good, this could be played in the Imperial deck, you know. I like this card, guys. I like this card a lot. And would you pay 5 for this? You know, for 3 resources, you're getting 3, 4, 5, 6 worth of stats for 3 resources. I could see you paying 5 for this in a 6 worth of stats. Would still be good. I think this card is great. Attack pattern delta. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think this card could be a staple in a board-centric. Once again, I think a lot about Boba Fett. I think that's the character that I'm most drawn to right now. But in a green-yellow ramping Boba deck, it's also controlling the board with a lot of the really powerful event cards that come in the yellow faction. This could be good. You could still play this for 5. I like this. Not bad in Hera either, though, right? It's not bad in Hera. Hera is going to be sort of a board-centric deck, right? Where you're going to be playing a lot of your Spectre units out. And if you played solid green Hera, but you got variety, I think that solid green Hera with a variety of different colors from your Spectre units is a good play. I like this in that deck. A solid green Hera deck. Might need to build that with this card. Attack pattern delta. Colonial, right? Colonial here. 2 energy, 2 resource, 2/3. Okay, and when you play another command unit, heal 1 damage from your base. This isn't bad. Get this down on turn 1. Start playing other units. Really, your opponent needs to remove this. If they're playing an aggressive strategy, I could see this being very good. I could see this card being a staple if you're playing against aggressive stuff and you're trying to ramp, doing like resupply in the common slot or something. This could be good. You play another unit, you get to heal. Yeah, board based, like it. I like this card. Maybe not amazing, but I do like it. And at 2, it plays on turn 1, so that's pretty good. The next one, the 97th Legion. Here we go. Interesting. You can actually play this in a heroism deck. This does not have the villainy tag, which is really interesting. 7 resources, though. Very expensive. 0/0, +1/+1 for each resource you control. Interesting. So, yet, this is going to be a 7 mana, 7/7 that grows as you put more resources out. You know, I think this card is bad. I don't think that just blank +1/+1s for each resource that you have. Those type of cards sometimes find a place, typically don't. There's not a great way to manipulate this. Yeah, if you're ramping with this, you know, but even at that, you're ramping with it to play this, probably not, man. You want to ramp to play big overstatted stuff, not totally fair, evenly statted stuff, even stuff that grows. I don't like this card. 97th Legion, trash. I don't like it. Reinforcement Walker, another one where you could play an AT and you could be a hero. Interesting. And the alt art on this thing is absolutely breathtaking. It's freaking gorgeous. The blue sky, the palm trees, love it. It is a 8 mana, pretty big, pretty beefy, 6/9. Got a good stat block though. 8 mana, 6/9. It says, when played or when you attack. So you can trigger this multiple times, which is great. Look at the top card of your deck, either draw that card or discard it and heal 3 from your base. I mean, wow, an 8 mana. The question is, will 8 resources be too much in this game? And very likely it could be. You're playing ramp. If you're going to play this, I think you would probably play it in the Imperial list, the villainy list, where you are trying to ramp up above 6 as quickly as possible. And I could see this being pretty playable in that environment. For that, I like it. I don't know that you would even, you know, hey, it's a card that lets you keep drawing. It gives you a huge stat block to remove some of your opponent's stuff. I actually like the Imperial Walker. I think it's like the Oppressor or whatever. That's villainy a lot more than I like this card. But it's interesting because you can play it heroism, play that 8/8. I just don't know how good it's going to be at 8. Even with a 6/9 stat block, I don't know how good it's going to be on 8. Yeah, 8's expensive. Okay, last 2 cards. Let's go. The Hardpoint Heavy Blaster attached to a vehicle unit. This must go on a vehicle. It says attached unit gains on attack. If this unit isn't attacking a base, you may deal 2 damage to a unit in the defender's arena. So let's go ahead and take a look at this really quick in hyperspace. So this is like a gun on the side of an ATST. Attach on attack. If this unit isn't attacking a base, you may deal 2 damage to a unit in the defender's arena. So you put this on, it's a +2/+2, 2 mana, 2 energy, +2/+2, pretty good. Put it on a vehicle. If you're playing a lot of vehicles, you're playing like the ATST from Villainy, for example. And then when it attacks, if it attacks a unit, you're also going to deal 2 to another unit. That's pretty good. I think if you're playing a vehicle list, you play this card. I think if you're playing a vehicle list, you play this card. Obviously, if you're not playing a vehicle list, this card's useless. It goes without saying because it must go on a vehicle. But if you're playing a vehicle list, I think this card goes in your deck. I think this one will be hard pressed not to put 2 of them in. Maybe not 3, but 2. And the hyperspace looks okay. Last card. Prepare for takeoff. Hyperspace on this one looks gorgeous. This is a 2 resource. Search the top 8 cards of your deck for the up to 2 vehicle units. Reveal them and draw them. That's not bad. It's kind of a tutor. You look at 8 cards, you get 2 cards. So the draw, it's more of like a controlled draw. But if you don't have 2 vehicles in your top 8, then it's a whiff, right? Then it's just a 1-for-1. If you're playing a lot of vehicles, I think this card is a hands-down staple in your deck. If you're not playing a ton of staples, it's probably not. I could see this in sort of like a heavy, you're playing this guy, you're playing the Blizzard Assault AT-AT, maybe you're playing the Reinforcer AT-AT, you're playing the General, right? You're just commanding big armor units. You have a leader that maybe benefits with that. You're going to go digging for the prepare for takeoff, and you're going to go digging for the hard point. You put the hard point heavy blaster on stuff. Get the overwhelming barrage to blast some things. I see the opportunity for sort of like a no force user, sort of like generals, commanders, equipping the armor of your units to really go out there with your ATSTs, your AT-ATs. I could see you living out that fantasy in the Villainy faction specifically. And maybe if there's like a space-oriented rebel faction where you're really just pumping out a bunch of, you're trying to pump out X-Wings and A-Wings and stuff, and you're trying to control the space lane and deal damage from there. Maybe this card he's playing there. I don't think I've seen enough of the Rebel cards, the heroism cards, to justify that. But this isn't awful. It's not awful. But I just see it being played a lot, maybe in the turns that are building up. You're trying to find your Blizzard Assault, right? You're trying to find your Reinforcement Walker. You're trying to find your ATST to get your big stat blocks out to win that lane. And then you can also, you could search for a vehicle. You could search for some Imperial Star Destroyers. Maybe you're playing this with a blue faction as well for some more. I don't know. I like it. So that's all of the uncommon cards specifically for this faction, for the Command faction. Let me know what you think about them. What card are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below. As always, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Let you know when we're putting out more content. In the days moving forward, you're going to see videos from me. There's a whole series of videos where I'm reviewing every card by faction, by rarity, that is in this first set for Star Wars Unlimited. So be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when those videos are coming out. You can check out our thoughts on all of them and then maybe see how they change as I start getting into and finding some people to play the game with, building decks, kind of see what I end up liking. We'll do some deck building videos, all that sort of stuff. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you, campers, for stopping by and hanging out with me for Coffee and Card Games with Mark. And be sure to come back again for our next video and check out all of our other stuff on our YouTube Lorcana. Check out our podcast, Starter Set, if you're into digital card games. We're always covering a new digital card game on that show. We'd love to have you check that out as well. All the other links to everything will be in the description of this video, so you can grab some stuff there. That's going to do it. Peace out, guys. Have a great, great day, and we'll see you in the next video.